Hello, I'm Marcus.
And I'm Nick.
We are Working Class Nerds.
Cue the intro. That's right. We are Working Class Nerds, the podcast that gives you no information about your favorite information.
Today is Tuesday, June 16th, 2020, and you can find this. We're definitely live. We've definitely had issues, and I still can't figure out what's wrong with this stream podcast on Apple Podcasts, Buzzsprout, Google Podcasts, and Stitcher. We also need to get on Spotify because Joe Rogan's going on there, and now we got to go on Spotify. But
everyone's on Spotify.
You can find me on twitch.tv/MarcusB814. And you can also find us both on Twitter. I am at MarcusB814.
And I am at Nick Vern. That's NickVern. And this week's episode is a bit of a bonus episode. And Kogus has entered the chat.
Oh, shit.
In our Discord. Which is definitely not good. That means something got screwed up. Oh, he left. Okay, so this week's episode is a bit of a bonus episode where Marcus and I just wanted to kind of chat and talk about, which is the same thing, about why we love the things that we do and why do we do them. So with no particular structure, just kind of talk about our weeks, talk about the things that we like, and just have a more free-flowing conversation than like our typical sort of podcast episode. And we're doing it live on Twitch, which makes things interesting. Marcus has got his webcam on, but for some reason, it's only 1/4 of the screen, probably from when he's playing video games. But mine's full screen, and I've got a Liverpool logo as my background, which is pretty epic.
Is it really true what they say? Small socks, big feet.
What?
Nothing. So this is all kind of screwing me up, and just trying to figure out this whole live thing, and the camera's in front of me. I'm looking at Nick, but it's not like we're like in front of each other right now. Yeah. It's kind of freaking me out.
You gotta look at the Discord one, not the.
Oh yeah, the display. I can't handle that. So, anyways, Nick, what have you been up to since like 5 days ago?
Not even 4, I think.
4 days.
Yeah. So one of the big things for my PE school application that I was working on is my personal statement, which is like the big essay. It's like 800 words, which is not that long in terms of an essay, but it's the big sort of free form, essay that is in the application. That's where you get to really describe yourself or just like talk about yourself in whatever format you feel like. That's kind of a big deal, and it's tricky to write when it's something so open-ended, So I finished that. I'm pretty happy with it. I'm going to tweak it a little bit. I'll send it to some people to edit it, just to get some other opinions on it. But other than that, it's pretty much like 85% done, which I'm really pumped about. That's a giant. It took forever for me to do that. So,
is it a giant hurdle because like you don't know what to write, but you don't want to fuck it up? So because of that, like it takes forever to write because you just don't want to say something stupid, or is it more or less because you want to have it be perfect for you?
Well, a combo of both. It's hard to write because it's so open-ended, so I have to figure out what to write about. It's supposed to show like who you are in 800 words, which is hard to do. It's hard to like capture sort of and explain who you are and why you would make a good PA, basically, which is tricky. So it's like hard, there's different like ways to do that stylistically. Like some people write it as like a novel or like in the third person, like describing a situation, as if you're the applicant are a character in a book or something like that, and you can write it like a novel, which I tried to do that and I'm fucking terrible at it. So I scrapped that whole version. Then I tried to write it sort of almost like a screenplay where like it would be like me walking through graduation and describing things, but then having flashbacks to like certain things at graduation would like remind me of life events that were supposed to be relevant, but then that was taking way too many words. Like 800 words is not enough to write it like that, you know, and that's way too fluffy too. To scrap that, I rewrote it like 3 times, and then finally I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna take sort of the reader through a summary of like how things that shaped me to want to be a PA, and then things that prepared me for it, if that makes sense.
It does. But you know, I could
it's way more direct.
Yeah. No, for sure. And thinking about it from like the third person view, I'm like, you don't need 800 words. You could just do it in 6. Hi, I'm Nick. I'm a douchebag. You're in VA school. I can't hear you.
If only it were that easy.
Oh, okay. But, you know, I guess, and too, because it's daunting, because you're filling out this thing and you want PA schools to know, like, all right, I want this guy. Like, he wrote this. Like, but here's the other thing. Do they actually read them?
Yeah, I mean, they filter you through, like, your GPA and, like, your prereq. I don't know, like, you know, they filter you through, like, big things. But then once you get down to past that, then they start reading the personal statement, you know?
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So if they're reading your personal statement, they have at least some big interest in you. You know, so you don't want to screw it up.
Is it too late for a monster?
Definitely. Also, Hi, Awesome Sauce.
Hello. Yeah, so for me, for you, it's more of, okay, you got to get them to look at all your prereqs, not throw you to the bottom of the list, and then if they read it, they want to be wooed.
Right.
Definitely. Or wooed.
Woo. No, wooed. You had it right.
Wooed. Woo.
Yeah.
When.
So yeah.
So
go ahead.
One more thing about the PA application is, so when like you fill out, okay, you could apply to 5 jobs, but they're all different applications. Is it the same way with PA school where you have 5 schools you want to apply to, and all 5 are different? All 5 are different. You know, how do I say
application setup?
Yes.
So I have to fill it in 5 times.
Yes.
No, thankfully they have a common application called CASPA. I think it stands for Common Application System, Physician's Assistant, or something to that effect.
Okay.
Common App blank for Physician's Assistant schools, but it's for I can upload everything to there, and then it just gets sent out to all the different schools from there. So I can send all my I can even pay like in one amount for, you know, say like Westfield State. I don't know what the actual numbers are, so I'm just making them up. But say Westfield State's like $100 to apply, and then Bay Path is $75, and then this other one is, you know, $75 again. Then I pay like one, you know, $250 fee to CASPA, and then they send the money to everybody else and send the applications out too. Does that make sense?
Yes. So basically, they're the middleman that's going to get you.
Send all the applications out.
Right. So what you need to do is we need to find out who runs that department and take them out to dinner. No. Just take them out to dinner. That's it. There's no blackmail needed. They're not going to get you in the school, but they need, you know, maybe they put a gold star at the top of your application. Be like, check mark, Nick. You want this guy
verified?
Yeah, make a star, and then they circle it like 6 times.
Yeah.
Well, you know, it will. All joking aside, this may, like, I'm curious if they're gonna Google you, right? Like they absolutely are.
Right.
Or like, yeah, and like, do they find this podcast and do they listen to it? They want to know the personality of the person coming in. You know what I mean? Or look at your Twitter account, look at your Facebook account. I know that when my friend went for the NP school, she deleted her Facebook, she deleted all of her social media as soon as the applications went out. So when they looked her up, they couldn't find any dumb shit or, oh, when he was 17, he was wasted.
I'm probably going to do the same thing.
Yeah, because you don't, like, until you're in and you get an acceptance letter, like, I wouldn't want anybody looking at my past, because there might be a picture on Facebook from like 2002 of you mooning somebody, You know what I
Right.
mean? You don't
Yeah.
know, and that
Yeah.
could be the deciding factor that you don't get in.
Right. Yeah. I don't think there's anything, and I barely use it, but I used to, so that's probably a good idea. I'll probably do that. I'll have to change the intro too. You can find Just Marcus on Twitter.
No, Nick is at Nick Vern 51, but he is, or no, at Nick Vern, but
Yeah.
he is temporarily gone.
Yeah, right. But yeah, so that's exciting. I'm almost done now. I just gotta upload the letters of recommendation
Sure.
and just polish off that essay so that it's done. I just don't want to rush through it just because it's done. I want to revisit it and look at it again, and I don't know, just make sure it's really right,
I completely understand.
So I finished that on Friday.
Yeah.
Worked both days this weekend, which was pretty busy. We had a lot of sick people. Then yesterday I was just so tired. I slept till 11:30, and then I got up slowly, got a coffee, took all my supplements, all that fun stuff, and then was like, man, I'm still fucking tired. I'm just gonna play video games and relax. So I played a bunch of Call of Duty.
Whoa.
So I got the M14 is now gold, and the MP5. So I already had the M4 gold. The M14's now gold, and the M5 I just need to get more mounted kills, and I'll have the MP5 gold also.
So I didn't realize you have to get every camo in order to go gold. I use guns all the time, but I don't ever mount the guns.
Mm-mm.
Or I don't do some of the stuff. I don't ever kill stuff prone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's going to be really hard for me. I'm going to have to sacrifice quality of play to get the golden gun.
Yeah, you definitely do. One of the camos is use the gun with no attachments. So obviously you have to go out of your way to do that one. But that one's it's not that hard.
No.
Usually it's only 75 kills. I think I did it in 4 games or something. But the one that's a pain in the ass for me is the mounted one, because I never ever mount my gun. So I have to that's always, and all 3 guns, it's been the last one that I've gotten.
Yeah, and it's almost you're willing to die to get it.
Yeah, and I'm just okay, I know this is kind of stupid, but I'm just gonna sit on this corner here and mount and hope somebody walks by,
Right.
And then if you get 2 kills, great. But it's interesting. It's fun. Once you get the golden gun, the golden camo, though, it's very satisfying. Fuck yeah. I play 2 games with it and then move on to the next gun. But
see, I'm not that type. I usually keep my gun and keep it. I swap between the MP5 and the M4, or
depending.
Yeah, because those are the best guns for me.
I picked up, so earlier today I was playing a little bit, and I picked up my MP5 ran out of ammo, so I grabbed somebody's, I forgot what it's called. It's basically the Vector, but it starts with an F. It's the Ferris or something.
Yeah, something. Yeah, I know.
Something like that. Something with an F. It basically looks like the Vector. That thing is awesome. It's 3 times the fire rate of the MP5 and has no recoil. It's if it's like a paintball gun on uncapped.
Right. Well, so that's a Battle Pass thing. I think it unlocks at Battle Pass 20.
I'm definitely gonna get that and start using it. It's awesome. Then other exciting things for me, tomorrow I gave away part of my shift, so I'm only working 4 hours in the morning, 7 a to 11 a, and then I'm playing some pickup paintball in the afternoon, which is sweet. And then this weekend I've got, it's obviously Father's Day Sunday. But my family is flexible, thankfully, because we're doing Father's Day stuff Saturday, and then Sunday I've got the OPS event, so Outback Paintball Series. It's a tournament, paintball tournament.
What?
The team I'm playing with, Phoenix. So we're playing the Division 4.
Phoenix.
Hopefully we're gonna dominate.
I like it.
That'll be exciting.
Yeah, that is exciting.
I just wish it wasn't Father's Day, because then I could invite you and Storm and Norman down. But
I'm telling you, it'll be bad news if I go down there.
Dude, you should come tomorrow. What are you doing in the afternoon?
Working. I'm right now in full grind mode. Why don't
you just work on something else down in Coventry, Connecticut?
Nope.
At the
Not
paintball
right
field.
now. I would love to, but it's not going to happen. You know, it's really
Why?
bothering me that your picture's bigger than mine.
It should fix your picture.
Yeah, I don't know how to do that. Listen, my stream is going to be so messed up after this because I
Yeah.
decided to use a different mic, which it's going to be bad.
It's
So
perfect.
no.
It's awesome.
Mm-mm.
So that's pretty much it for me. That's what I've got going on this week.
All right.
And yeah, what have you been up to?
Did we talk about my PC the last episode?
Yeah, how it was super broken and you were excuse me, super.
Oh.
Well, hey,
No.
I'm stealing your thunder for a second.
No. So I did not talk about how it's fixed. So
No, but we talked about. Wait, let me steal your thunder real quick. I also bought the battle pass, by the way.
well, I hope so.
Yeah, so I can unlock all the cool shit. But I paid the extra $10 and I have it all unlocked already. So I think I already have that gun.
No, I don't think it unlocks everything.
Oh no, yeah, because
I think it just gives you a 20. I think it just gives you a 20 level boost, or
Head
maybe I'm
start.
wrong. We'll have to ask.
No,
Ben.
you're right. You're right. It is. You get the first 20 levels, not
Right.
You're right.
So
Yeah,
you're
not
paying
all of
all that for an extra 20 levels, maybe a skin or two.
I
I'm
did
not.
not read the fine print. That was not worth it. But anyways, so did you fix your PC?
Yes. So my PC is fixed. So I completely cooked my old CPU. Whatever. It is what it is.
Yeah.
So now I have my i9 9900K processor. Dope. Brand new motherboard. Dope. It's like
Yeah.
the Gigabyte Aurorus Master. It's the best one. And then I bought a 1200 watt power supply. So now I have more power.
Did you already have the power supply though?
I did, but I never put it in because I was waiting for me to not be
Sure.
lazy. So I bought the motherboard prior to, but then
Yeah.
when I cooked the CPU, just don't tell my wife. I had to buy another one because I fucked the original, the new motherboard completely when I cooked all the parts. Yep. So yeah, that happened.
Oh man.
So now I have so my computer's up and running. I streamed yesterday. It was my comeback tour. We did Fun Feeling Mondays with the Bad Feeling peeps. Yeah, it was so much fun. And it was nice to be back streaming. My computer kicks ass now. After this, my stream will probably be all messed up, but that's okay. You know, it only took me and Nick an hour to get this thing up and running.
Yeah.
Then from there, I did get, like we were saying, the Battle Pass. And what's sweet about the Battle Pass is that now I'm going to be able to play it, and I'm really, really enjoying it. And I'm having a hard time with SOTOR because, like, I raid a lot and I enjoy it. I'm a little down on the game, and it
That's tough because
happens.
there's not a lot of new content. You know?
No, and I don't need operations all the time, and I have some. I understand some. I can't go down this rabbit hole again. I went crazy last episode.
Yes, you definitely did.
Yeah.
Very crazy.
Anyways, the last thing is I hired an artist to work on my Twitch logo, and it's been fun kind of going through the motions of knowing what you want, but realizing that you actually don't know what you want until you start doing it.
And yeah,
And-
it starts like seeing things that you've described. And you're like, oh wait, that doesn't quite fit what I want.
Exactly. Yeah, so it's almost there. I have two options that I'm going for, option A and option B, and I've only seen option A so far, so I'll be excited once I see it. I'll have a better idea on how to decide which way I'm going to go. So I'm pretty excited for that.
Yeah, you should be. I saw option A too, right?
You saw A. I haven't gotten the sample of B yet.
Okay.
So it's basically, do I want me as the picture, like, you know what I mean, kind of a thing,
Yeah.
or something completely different.
Or like symbolic, yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see.
The symbolic one was cool.
Yeah. Well, we'll wait and see what
Still-
fits. It's hard to say because, like, you know, what do you want, and that's what it comes down to.
See, I don't know what I would get. Maybe a silhouette of my hair and glasses or something in a beard. That would be cool. With
Now's
a
the
red
time with
background.
COVID going on. Start streaming.
Well, now that I got the webcam, I certainly can.
Yeah.
Although I don't want to get a green screen. This little like the ghost thing in the background is.
Well, I have a green screen. I just haven't set it up yet because I need something to like hang it.
Yeah.
Um,
Was it expensive or no?
No, I think it was like $30. If you buy the right one that has like the easel thing where you just pull it up and it's done, and then when you're done it like folds up perfectly, it's like $130. But it was all sold out because think about all the people that were out of work working from home, and they're like, I need a green screen right away.
For my Zoom calls, yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, right.
Think about how rich Zoom got off of this.
Oh my god.
Their stock went from like 90 cents to like $4,000 a share.
100%. Yeah. That's craziness.
Yep. So, anyways, in SOTOR news, the All World Swoop Rally is coming. They said to prevent any confusion, I wanted to highlight that Game Update 6.1.2 will be going live on June 24th. This new event won't appear until the Conquest reset on June 30th. Which means we're getting a new event, but they're not gonna load it. We're not gonna be able to do it until that following Tuesday because that's the cycle.
For Conquest. That makes sense. That way the points don't get all screwed up.
Well, and they want to know if something is like not right, I guess.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, in AIE news, Master Mode Flashpoint Fridays are underway. They happen every other Friday. Check out the Discord or ping Malung for more info. He's doing it at 9 p.m. Basically, there's a few mounts you can get from doing Master Mode Flashpoints. And you know, he's basically taking people to do these harder flashpoints and, you know, helping them get their mounts, which is sweet.
That's exciting.
Mm-hmm. Nick, what's coming up starting Friday, June 26th?
So we've got AIE's Where to Start event. So come join a Kickstart walkthrough of the myriad of games that make up the AIE gaming community. So the short version of this is AIE is going to, on a time schedule, they're going to be 2-hour blocks, I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
Every 2 hours from starting Friday, June 26th through Sunday, June 28th. Every 2 hours, there's going to be someone from AIE hosting an event where you just get a walk through the beginning and like into the meat of a bunch of different games that make up the core of AIE, primarily the MMOs. So that includes, but is not limited to, Elder Scrolls Online, World of Warcraft, Guild Wars 2, Star Wars: The Old Republic, The Division 2, Lord of the Rings Online, Final Fantasy XIV, and Star Trek Online. So, if you've ever found yourself wanting to try a new game, but were avoiding the time commitment and possible frustration of learning all the ins and outs, and then having to look up YouTube videos and then get frustrated when they don't describe it, or it's years and years old and the interface has changed, then this event is for you. So, like I said, it starts Friday, June 26th. It also goes Saturday, June 27th, and Sunday, June 28th. All the event times are set in the Eastern time zone. It's 2 hours for each game. And you might be asking, okay, but all these games, what is it going to cost me? Nothing but hard drive space except for Elder Scrolls Online. So all of them are free to play, at least these starting sections, except for Elder Scrolls Online. Does that sound right?
Yep.
So each game instructor, if you will walk you through the character creation section, the starting zone for that particular game, the basic navigations of how to get around. They'll go through a bunch of tips for beginners. And then also how to connect and communicate with other people within the game once you're all set up. And then also they're gonna take you a little bit further into the game to give you a sneak peek at like the sort of a meat and potatoes game experience for that particular game.
Yeah, so basically the 2-hour block is going to allow us to get you into the starter zone, get you to create your tune, like get you into the meat and potatoes and answer any questions you have. Now, I don't know if we're going to be able to get you out of the starting zone area for every game, but even if we don't, by the end of it, you'll have an idea on what needs to be done. The other thing we're trying to do is, let's say I'm going to use Nick as an example. Nick has always been like, what's Guild Wars 2?
Right.
Well, and he sees me playing it with the game instructor that's teaching and everybody else. And he's like, well, I don't have it downloaded. He's going to be able to either watch somebody streaming it on Twitch, or each game will be streamed in Discord. So basically, if you're just like, you know what? I just want to check it out, and I don't want to be like, I don't want all the Twitch people in the world to know that I'm watching this.
Right.
I'm just going to watch in Discord where there's like, 5 people watching or playing, whatever it is. And it kind of, might be like a better feeling, and you don't feel obligated that you have to chat or anything like that. So
Yeah.
it's pretty
It's a
sweet.
little less intense. You can just hop in the Discord rather than having to go into Twitch. And
Correct.
be a little more public about it.
Yeah.
Just you can privately sort of dip your toe into a game that you might not have otherwise, which
Well,
is pretty sweet.
There's a couple games that I'm not going to play, but I'm totally going to watch because I want to play them. I just have the infamous 2-day game player.
Yeah, the two session curse.
Yeah, sidebar here. I have so many Switch games that I've never even played.
I'm well aware.
No. It's grown.
You bought more games to not
Dude,
play?
Dude, like I Trials of Mana, like I want to play that so bad. Never played it. Xenoblade Chronicles, like the definitive edition came out and it's like HD remix, like remastered.
Yeah.
Brand new,
Never
never
touched it.
opened. Baldur's Gate, never played. Harry Potter, never played.
You bought Harry Potter?
Yeah, it's so good. It looks so good. I bought a rally racing game, never played. I mean, like,
How many fucking Switch games? Oh, because you were playing it a lot, but only that one game, right? Pokemon?
yeah, well, I like it. It's just, it's for me now. Well, okay, so to defend myself, I've got a capture card. So once I have the stream set, I'm going to start streaming me playing the Switch.
Okay.
And that'll force me to play the Switch more, because if I start, like, that's the thing I want to do, is I want to start a campaign of some sort, whether it's maybe I'll stream the Call of Duty campaign on normal, you know what I mean? Or stream, maybe I'll stream Trials of Mana and like commit to myself that one day a week I'm playing this game and I'm going to stream it until I beat it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And be able to do it like that. But anyway, you might say to yourself, but I'm not a member of the AIE gaming community. Well, you know what I say? No problem.
Come on down.
Yeah, we're welcome to everyone to hop into the Discord channel and watch, listen, ask questions about the games, even if you're not a member, which you should become one.
Yeah.
Not able to make the live event?
No problem. We'll be recording all of the sessions and posting for video on demand.
Yep. And, have kids that would want to watch? Well,
no problem. The AE community works very hard to maintain a family-friendly environment, and we welcome all ages to come and participate, even if this particular podcast is not very good at that sometimes. But it's this event, it'll be great and family-friendly.
Oh, yeah. Like, I can't not swear, but when we're in the AIE community, we really try to be family-friendly, because the young kids are the ones that are going to keep this thing going down the road in years to come, and nobody wants to be a dope. You know what I mean?
Right.
Or
yeah,
I don't want to be a dope.
Right. You don't want to look like you'd be that guy or gal that's just like obnoxious and swearing up a storm and there's kids around,
That guy.
That's not me.
That guy. Well, what's funny is when I play Call of Duty, I go from I'm never a calm person, but like
Yeah.
I go from like a mindful person to out of control like belligerent. Like when I get killed, I get so mad. I
Yeah,
get
but
so mad.
yeah, but you're okay. So you're like a 4 or a 5 out of 10, and Ven is like a 8 or a 9.
Oh,
Freak-
yesterday,
freaks
okay.
out.
Listen, yesterday he said he wasn't going to get mad at the game, and me and Kat laughed. By the third, a third of the match was over,
Yeah,
and he's already screaming and
I'm
yelling.
sure.
Yeah,
Were you playing Warzone or are you playing
no
like a multiplayer
domination.
game? Oh, okay, yeah.
I
That's what I'm
listen.
playing too.
We can talk about it after, but I'm not a big like the Warzone idea is sweet, and I do like it, but I'm just terrible. So like,
Yeah,
I
me
feel
too.
like, shh, the wabbit is coming. You know what I mean? Kind of a thing. And you're sneaking all around, and you're going, and then I see somebody. Ooh,
Right.
boop 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 boop. Not dead. He turns one shot. Boom, I'm dead. Because he's like pro level, and he realized like he's played this enough to know, and that's not how I Call of Duty.
Yeah, you like to just
I like
if
to
you
run
see
around.
somebody
I like the action. Like I don't.
right.
That's the thing about Call of Duty is it doesn't make you feel bad for dying in multiplayer.
Right. It's just like, okay, respawn, go again.
But anyways,
And that's it.
if you do play Call of Duty and you want to come join AIE, come on over, ping me, ping Nick in Discord, jump in the Nomads channel and ask for somebody playing Call of Duty, and we'll get you in the clan and come jam
Come
with
on
us.
down. Come
But-
hang out. Yeah, that's if all this sounds fun to you, go to aie-guild.org. That's where we're referring to when you're saying, hey, come get our Discord info. It's AIE dash the letters AIE dash guild GUILD .org. Get the Discord information and ask for a guild invite. And it's hey, whether or not you play Star Wars: The Old Republic, Call of Duty, any of the MMOs we talked about, we'd love to have you come and join the guild and come play with us. Especially if you play Call of Duty, come get in contact with Marcus and I, and we'll get the clan together.
And
Let's play some games.
yes. Nick, do you have to use the bathroom? Because I do not.
I always do, so we'll be right back.
Oh my lord.
Jeez, Nick, hurry up. We're trying to finish this podcast.
And we're back. So today we're discussing different things that we're passionate about, different hobbies that we super duper like, different activities that we enjoy, just things like that, and why we particularly like them. So I don't know if Marcus wants to start with certain things, but I can kind of take you through some of the things that I was thinking about when I came up with the this topic. What would you
Go.
prefer, Marcus? All right.
Do
So
it.
I was thinking about different topics that we could explore, and I'm like, okay, well, how about it sort of dawned on me that I like a lot of I don't like burping. I like a lot of the same aspects of things. Let me phrase this differently. I like a lot of the things that I like have one commonality that I was able to pick out. So paintball, for example, Rainbow Six Siege that I really enjoy, or playing Call of Duty with friends. They all have this team aspect of you like doing something challenging and working towards a goal, and and I think having a higher risk or like having consequences to the failure be higher makes you like it more, if that makes sense. Like in Call of Duty in multiplayer, it's not that big a deal if you die, obviously, because you can just respawn. But if you play Warzone with a squad of people, that feeling of like, oh my god, I don't want to let everybody down, because then you get that one gulag chance and that's it, and then the whole squad can wipe if you're dead. So the stakes are a lot higher there. And then in Siege, same thing. You get one life per round and that's it. And the stakes are pretty high, and in paintball, there's literal physical pain at stake. If not for you, then if you screw up and get one of your teammates shot, then the literal physical pain for them. So there's a little bit higher stake, which, ends up not being a big deal as you get used to it, but it's a big deal Hey, Dan Kinia.
Kenya, thanks for the follow.
Whoop,
Whoop,
whoop.
whoop.
So I guess sort of working towards a goal with a team with like consequences, and you don't want to let your teammates down. You know, that is something that an aspect that I like. Found myself really, really enjoying in a lot of. I realized that was a common theme in a lot of the things that I super enjoy doing. You know, and even working at the hospital, it's sort of the same thing. You're working. You know, you have a doctor or a provider of some kind, so a PA or an NP, or or a doctor or both. Ordering things for a patient, and then you've got the nurse that you're working with, and then you've got me, the tech, doing a lot of the testing with the blood work or the EKGs or whatever, and you're all a team to help this one person. And most of the time they get better, and it's really cool to do that, and they feel really that's fulfilling because then they're really grateful. So I think working as a team towards a goal, particularly when it's challenging, is really something that I enjoy doing for sure.
Yeah,
I'll just
and
chat about that a little bit.
well, no, and I feel the same way, 100%. A lot of things I do is team based, and I think that's the magic of it. And
I think there's also, of course, like individual things. Like it is nice to just play play like multiplayer in Call of Duty and not play with anybody and just jam and hearing all the noises and stuff and
yeah. I find that my passions are just about, there's levels of passions for me where I feel like every man needs a hobby. And so like my hobby is clearly video games and podcasting and, now game streaming. Like it's all kind of bundled together. And where like I almost have three passions, like my family, like my kids are my everything, man. Like they were gone for 3 days. Like I couldn't wait to see them. And playing Barbies I'm more passionate playing Barbies than I am, doing other things because like I'm getting to play with my kids. And so that's like that family life, that passion, you know what I mean? And then I'm so blessed on my job because my job is my passion because I'm so lucky to be able to do what I do, because not many people can say they do what I do, and I love it. You know what I'm saying?
And it's something that you enjoy doing as well.
And I built it from the ground up.
Right.
Everything that I've done is because I've built it, no pun intended.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Literally.
No, literally, yeah.
And figuratively.
Yeah.
You built up this whole business and built up this whole clientele base of people that really appreciate your work and will always go to you for something carpentry related, no matter what.
Yeah.
And that's nobody can take that away from you.
Correct. Yep. And then
that's
God.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, so that's, my passions lead me to those things, those two things. But then it comes to my hobbies, and I used to play tournament paintball and with Nick, and by the end, I figured it out. Like I've always been a big dude, but it didn't matter because I did my job. And there's nothing on this planet that when your gun is sitting against the gate and the horn goes off and you turn your gun in that first 8 seconds of that match, there's nothing on this planet that there's not a feeling in the world that makes you feel that. I've done a lot of things in my life, and not a thing out there makes you feel like that one thing.
Yeah, that is an experience like nothing else, especially if in that first 8 seconds if you shoot somebody off the break.
It's for me, it's that adrenaline of that first 8 seconds, because it's like, okay, I'm comfortable now.
Right.
No matter how many times you do it, that first 8 seconds feels like it's 30, and then after that, you can kind of calm down.
You settle in. The closest thing I can think of is if you're waiting like 2 hours in line for a roller coaster that has a giant drop on it, and you're just staring up at it and you're all nervous about it, and that like right as you crest and you start to drop, that little like half a second in a roller coaster, if you extend that half a second feeling on the roller coaster by 8 or 10 seconds, in the first pit of paintball, that's about what it's like.
Yes, exactly. That's such a great way to put it. So with that, and then
oh my god, it's happening. Like,
Oh, yeah.
and there's nothing. It's already started. You got to just go with it, and all the adrenaline's, going through you. It's because there's you and four of your teammates and five people on the other side of the field trying to shoot you, and you're trying to shoot them. And
Correct.
It's just all adrenaline.
yeah,
And go.
100%. And then on top of that, when I retired from it because my daughter was born, and like I said,
Yeah.
I'm going to play this last season and I'm going to focus on being a dad and all that stuff. And like that season, that's the season I figured it out, and it was really hard to hang it up because
Yeah.
I was at the peak of my performance that last season. Like
Right.
I remember that last day, like I figured it out and I turned it on, and it was so like they didn't want me to sit on the bench
Right.
because
you
I
played
was-
every point.
every point until I couldn't. I was like physically like I can't do a point right now.
Yeah.
And but
I know the feeling.
so then I was searching. That was something like I found inside me that I was like, I was searching for something. And at that time I was playing Star Wars The Old Republic, but it was more of a single player game for me. Didn't know a lot of people. And I was playing it for a while, and I found Max and Seema's podcast, and then they were like, "Oh, I'm on Jedi Covenant." I'm like, "Oh shit, I'm on Jedi Covenant," and so I joined the guild, and just kind of moved forward, and then I found out there was something with a team involved with operations, and that's
Right.
where that passion began, because I was like, "Oh, I'm going to be able to go back to a team sport where somebody's going to rely on me being there every event, which is every week, and
Right.
do my job for 8 weeks." Even though I had no idea what I was doing, I found that passion inside me because I lost my team hobby and I
Right.
picked it up with operations. And now, my passion is my kids, my job. I come home. Like right now, my entire house is asleep. I'm not
Right.
bothering anybody doing this. And that's
Right.
really what I like about podcasting and video games and all that, is like I'm bothering nobody in the basement right now. Nobody.
Yeah, it's something that you can enjoy for yourself, and you're not impact anybody else, and not have to miss out on family time, or not have to inconvenience somebody else by doing
Right.
it.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's, I would say, is the best part for me.
Is that you're not bothering anybody when you're doing it. I
Right.
think along the same lines, I think that's probably another reason why I enjoy the podcast so much, because it's it's a 2-man team here. You and I figuring stuff out to make the show. It's a lot
Yes.
easier now than it used to be, but it used to we used to have a lot of hiccups and technical difficulties. And speaking of technical difficulties, Corley in the chat says, "Why is Nick so much bigger than you, Marcus?" That's because Marcus has his cam set up for the stream. His cam set up for the stream and doesn't know how to change it back.
I'm
To full screen. That's all.
I'm terrible. Like I'm so nervous right now about. So I'll probably be up all night now because I'm so worried that as soon as I'm done, my main part of my stream is going to be messed up. So I'm like, what did I do to this? What did I do? But anyway, so I do agree, Nick, right? And we barely touched on it
Mhm.
yesterday or last week, but I was on the AIE podcast this past Sunday
Mhm.
with Fezgig, a friend of the show, last episode,
Yep.
and it was so cool because I found something out that it didn't really hit, and they were like, oh, because they talk about working class nerds, and they're like, oh, 75, holy cow, where did 75 episodes come from?
Yeah. It's
And
like, let's just keep
I
going.
agree, yeah, and I agree. we like talk about passionate because I'll talk about myself. There has been plenty of episodes. I would say four out of the 75 episodes. I was just like, ugh. I could pass. I could pass today, and I wouldn't even be upset. But instead, I feel like every time I said that, Nick was like, "No, fuck you.
Let's get it done.
We're recording the show." And then when Nick had his moments, I'm like, "Shut the fuck up. We're doing this show." You know what I mean?
Definitely a bunch. Sans a couple where what the hell happened? I had COVID, and then I donated blood, and I normally would have just toughed it out, even though I didn't have a lot to contribute to those particular episodes. I would normally tough it out, but I had some other stuff, extenuated circumstance that maybe.
No, you were beat.
One, I literally had COVID, and I didn't realize it until the next day.
Here we go.
And the second time I donated blood.
It's not like I didn't talk to you every day. It's not like you were dying.
Yeah, but I was tired and I didn't have a lot of energy was my point for the COVID one.
I don't know, dude. Your eyes were like purple at one point.
Yeah, I looked awful.
You look terrible. But that's what I mean. But like, and I think that's go big or go home. I truly, truly believe that. Like, if you're going to do something, I guess that's the thing I don't understand is if you're going to be passionate about something, why go halfway?
Right.
Like, do it. Do or do not.
There is no try.
Yeah, and I fail all the time. I fail all the time at things, but I feel like I can't, like, being second best is not okay. You know what I mean?
I agree. Yeah, I agree. Get it done.
For sure. And now seeing, like, the podcast where it is at 75 episodes, or 76 today.
Right.
I'm just like, where did the time go?
I know.
Like our first episode was we talked about
the Last
Force.
Jedi.
It was The Last Jedi,
Yeah,
or was it The Force Awakens?
No, it was The Last Jedi in December of 2017. I was looking at it the other day and I was like, 75. How long have we been doing this? 3 years.
Yeah.
Well, it'll be 3 years in December, but 2.5 years anyway.
Yeah, that's so crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But that's dedication as well as passion, because if you're not dedicated to it, you're definitely not passionate about it. And if it ever gets to a point where we're like, I
don't feel like it. Even if we have good stuff to talk about it, then
then that's when you know it's time to hang it up. You know what I mean? But
you don't want to be phoning it in all the time.
Well, no, and we've definitely had. Oh, what was it? Was it the Thor episode? The Thor Ragnarok episode?
Yeah,
we phoned that one in.
That was the biggest phone-in episode.
Yeah, we were like, all right, we got to do a show. Let's just do it. We don't need show notes. We don't need show notes. We didn't even talk about the movie.
We had no show notes. Yeah,
right. We didn't
about a movie review.
Yes, it was so bad,
terrible.
But so if everybody wants to listen to a shitty show, go find our Thor Ragnarok review. And you're gonna be like, wow, this sucks. But like,
the movie was good. I agree, Corley. But that review of it sucked.
Yes. Oh, I loved that movie. It was probably the best Thor movie.
I agree.
But I'm super biased because one of the most beautiful women on the planet is Padme Amidala.
Natalie
Portman. Yeah. And in that movie, she's just like an ordinary person.
Yeah, her playing Jane. Her name is even Jane in it, I think.
Exactly. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, but she's so ordinary and just a normal person. And I think that's even more appealing.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. She's great. I think Thor. I like Thor as a character a lot. I think if I could pick to be one of the Avengers, I'd want to be Thor. It's pretty awesome. Gets to drink beer.
But
all
would
the
you?
time.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, would you be dad gut Thor? You would be.
Well, okay. If you stuck my brain into Thor's body, I would quickly become dad gut Thor.
Sure.
But however, like if If it was just me as Thor, I'd like to hope I was just all of a sudden, regular Thor,
Yeah. Regular Thor.
God of Thunder. But
Right. But so bringing this back to the passion idea is, you can't have a podcast, or you can't stream, or you can't be dedicated to a team, whatever it is, and not be passionate. Right. And
absolutely.
And I feel like I'm at a point in my life where I know what I like.
Yeah.
And once I like it, why do I want to continue down that path? You know what I mean? And that's what makes you decide that. For you, Nick, like, I don't understand it because I think it's cuckoo
Crazy.
for Cocoa Puffs. But why do you like working in healthcare? Like, it's dirty. It's nasty. Like, the risk reward. I mean, I guess the risk reward is there, but like, it's never ending. Like, never.
There's always sick people.
Yeah. You're never gonna win. Like, I finish a kitchen and I'm like, oh, I just won. Look at here you go.
So,
here's your kitchen. I won.
So I think, I work in an emergency department, so it's like, I guess heightened things. Everything's heightened, because usually if a particular person's not dying or something, like maybe their neighbor is, or two doors down, and they're also your patient, so you got to pay, you got to do something with them quickly or whatever. But I think for me, first of all, I like it because it's very gratifying. Like, obviously, you get selfishly speaking, helping people makes you feel good. You know what I mean? Like, when you can help someone in any way, get an old lady a warm blanket or a pillow or whatever, and they're just like, oh, thank you, that. Or even if they don't say thank you, just knowing that like you're helping them is really satisfying, So from a selfish point of view, like, that's very satisfying work, generally speaking. At the same time, like, adding that element of like things are disgusting or things are like, dire,
Or, oh shit, I just ate bleach.
Yeah, it's something. Yeah, like,
or I drank disinfectant.
Yeah, something like
I'm trying
having
to prevent COVID.
Fucking idiot people. No, okay, so let's look at like the dirty thing. Like, if you have to clean up poop, which I do often, that is obviously something horrible that most people don't want to deal with. But that, like, oh crap, I have to go deal with something horrible, like, pumps up your adrenaline, and like, no, it sucks when you're doing it, but it's to a much lesser degree than paintball or a roller coaster. It's sort of the same thing in your head where it's like, I have to deal with this intense thing all the time.
Sure.
Now, on the flip side of dealing with like somebody is like having a heart attack, and I need to go do an EKG, but they're so sweaty that like I can't get any of my stickers to stick, and I have to put the sticky stuff or shave it quickly, or you gotta like deal with a complicated situation that's like has big dire consequences quickly.
Sure.
Yep. That obviously is a much higher degree of like your adrenaline is up and you need to do this quickly. So I guess it's sort of that same thing of, and you're working with a team most of the time, all the time. You're working with a team of people to get stuff done. So, you have to, that's for me, if in that scenario, if someone's having a heart attack, I'm the EKG guy. So I need to get that picture of what their heart's doing so that the doctors know exactly which section of their heart is in trouble and how to react to it properly. So it's doing my job within that team. That's what I really like, the acuity part of it. So that's, acuity means like if someone is acutely sick, that means they are sort of need interventions very quickly. So someone having a heart attack is acutely sick, they need stuff right away. So I think that aspect of it I really enjoy, but also like to a lesser degree, some of the more like benign, intense things. It's also that same type of feeling or same type of like brain pathway where it's activating like adrenaline and things like that I enjoy,
Yeah,
so I think it all stems back to that like the team aspect, it's like taking care of people with other things involved. So it's the team aspect is the primary thing, but then also like it's very gratifying to take care of somebody and help them out,
Yeah, I do agree to that.
And anything you deal with is like that's gross or gory or whatever is activating that like adrenaline to sort of,
Yeah.
It's very interesting.
For sure.
I find I mean, not picking up poop, but is not interesting. But like people with crazy infections and stuff, I always find interesting. It's like, okay, how are we gonna deal with that? You know, like I had a guy who had gangrene on his foot the other day, and it was like you could see down to his bones in a couple spots. It was so rotted away. It's like, okay, are they gonna amputate his foot, or are they gonna scrape away that and like see if it can grow back or whatever? It was interesting to like pick the doctor's brain on how they want to go about it.
But
But that was gory though. That was like it looked like a Walking Dead foot.
I got the goosebumps. I said, you know what I mean?
I wish I could show you a photo.
No, I don't want to see that.
It's great.
Negatory.
Or like another thing that I find interesting is like orthopedic stuff. So like traumas in particular. Like I had a lady Corley's puking too. I had this poor old lady. She's bariatric, so very large and old, and had
and in charge.
Not quite in charge, but she basically tried to get from her bed to her chair, which she normally can't do. She didn't want to quote unquote bother her daughter, who normally takes care of her. She fell and broke her femur, so your thigh bone, off of the knee prosthetic from when she had her knee replaced, and it like shattered. And I was like picking the doctor's brain who was taking care of her, like, how the heck are they going to fix that? And he's like, well, you got to do this and this. And I won't take you through too many more gory details, but for me, it was interesting. You know, I think like big abnormalities like that are interesting to like, okay, how the heck do you get back to baseline from that? You know, or if somebody's like, from a more medical sense, somebody's electrolytes are way off. How do you bring them back to baseline?
Well, and if you've learned anything from COVID, it's be healthy.
Yeah.
Like,
I started
do
taking
whatever.
A lot of different supplements for that. If I can do a quick public service announcement, hey, take a lot of vitamin D, like 4,000 IUs, and a lot of vitamin C. Like I take 1,000 in the morning and 1,000 milligrams in the morning, 1,000 milligrams in the evening of vitamin C, because the thought process that, it doesn't matter how much vitamin C you take because you just pee out extra anyway is not true, and I thought it was. I actually learned that it was. I learned that in my bachelor's degree, and that is not true based on some new research.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, you can actually help yourself if you take a boatload of vitamin C. You'll pee out a lot of it, but taking more actually does help.
Drink more orange juice.
Orange juice is great, yes.
Yeah.
But vitamin D is the big one, though.
And
take a vitamin D supplement.
I saved the best for last for me for my passion.
Yeah, I want to hear it.
Star Wars. So when I was a kid, reading Star Wars comics and watching the movies and all that stuff, like that hit me like nothing else ever in my life, and it's been here this whole time. And you know, you think about the Jedi way and then the Sith way and all that stuff, and it almost makes you think about, you know, how you live your life. And it's actually changed my life because of Star Wars. And I find that I'm more compassionate because of it, no matter what. And I would say, if anything's my biggest passion, other than you know, obviously my family, I would say Star Wars has influenced my life more than anything else. But if you look at it,
between the movies, the games, like that's such a wide, giant chunk of your life,
right,
revolved around Star Wars.
Yeah, and if you go into like deep down in Star Wars, guess what Star Wars is?
The hero's tale?
A team of people to accomplish a goal.
Oh, you're totally right. The rebels band together.
Right. So it's
Luke, Leia, Obi-Wan, C-3PO,
everybody.
R2.
It's a team.
Chewie.
You're a team.
That's the core team, and then they build more teammates as they go along.
Exactly. So I guess our passions come from teams. Let us know what you think on Twitter. I am at MarcusB814.
And I am at Nick Vern. That's NickVern.
And this is Working Class Nerds Live. Peace.
See you later.
1
And
hour
we're
and 33
officially-
minutes.
We're officially in the after show.
Yeah, after show. Boom,
Yeah,
boom, boom,
Corley,
boom,
I,
boom.
I don't quite believe that either, and I don't know how that would ever be related to making COVID worse. That doesn't make any sense to me. But yeah, thanks for coming, everybody.
All y'all.
All y'all.
This was quite the experience. Arjar, you're the best. Arjar Nick comes and watches my stream a lot. I appreciate it.
Arjar.
Oh,
Thank
you see his sub button? You see that sub button next to his name?
Yeah.
That
I think
is
so.
that is the Tatooine. That is planet number 1 of my sub badges.
Ooh, very cool. Oh, I see. Oh, that's awesome.
Planet number 2, Coruscant. I think.
Ooh, what's planet number 3?
Shit. I think planet number 3 is Tatooine, Coruscant, Hoth. I don't know. The last one is Dathomir. Oh no, the last one's the Death Star.
Oh, that's sand. I
Yep.
hate sand.
Oh, my son hates sand. We put him down in the sand. He just screams at the top of his lungs. Hates it. Hates
I used
it.
to too. I used to freak out and at the beach because I'd get sand on my hands and then try to eat my sandwich or something. And I didn't I was smart enough to know I hated sand. I didn't want it anywhere, but I was not smart enough to not put my hand down into sand all the time.
No, I hear you.
Corley, be careful. He may turn evil later because he hates sand.
I'm freaking out right now
Why?
because my sound isn't coming through.
It's not? It's popping up on Discord.
Nope. Media.
Everyone could hear you, so we're getting relevant replies in the chat. Did you turn off the stream or no?
No, we're still here.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah, it's. Can you see what's popping up on the stream when I test it?
Hold on. I just refreshed it because it was frozen.
Frozen.
Yeah.
Let it go.
So I've got
let
an
it go.
advertisement for the next
I
20
ca-
seconds.
yeah,
or
I
so.
can't turn him off until you're partner. You can't turn him off.
Oh, that's enough.
I really want to make partner.
What do you have to do to make partner?
You need to have an average of 75 viewers in a month.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's over. So now we're back.
Watch.
So what do you want to test?
See my follow button? Can you see that on the stream?
Marcus B814 is now following.
Yeah, but there's no sound coming out.
Well, I don't have this. I don't have the
Well, you
Stream.
wouldn't. Yeah.
on.
And then it's weird.
Arjar, you can see them, but I guess is concerned that people can't hear the little
Yeah,
voices
it's
that
not
go with
it's
them.
not working. It's not working, watch. See?
It's working.
It says this
It's
is the
working.
test. Yeah, I don't know. We'll figure it out another day.
Yeah.
Or I will
But that was
be.
a successful podcast. So go save the audio. I will edit it tomorrow. Intisar, good
Thanks.
night. Thank you for coming in the chat.
Peace out. Yeah.
Peace.
And thanks everybody. Yeah, it took us streaming for you to come hang out and watch listen to the podcast. Corley, thank you.
We appreciate it. We should stream more often, frankly. If we can keep the same audio. But
Oh, I hope it didn't mess it up.
Yeah.
We
Or
should-
that's a good point. Hopefully they didn't screw up the sound.
Yeah, what did you say, Nick, now?
I don't remember.
Well, that's why I want to get... I'm going to set up the mixer. So then...
Yeah, I was saying that we should stream more often.
Well, yeah, so now that I can do this,
Mhm.
what we can do as well is we can... Oh, what the hell did I do?
Full screen.
I deleted my live screen. Oh, no.
What do you mean? It looks good on here still.
No. Like my go live screen is no more. Oh no.
For when you go to stream later.
Oh no.
You have to set it all back up again. Well, at least it's the same size.
Somebody should clip that. Hey, but I'm full screen.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Was it worth it?
No. Damn it.
Hey, do you want to play some Call of Duty to get your spirits back up before we go to bed?
No, I got to shower and go to bed. It's 11:30.
All right.
All right, stream.
Well,
I'm ending the stream. Thanks, everybody. We
Peace
will
out.
do this again. Don't forget to
Definitely.
subscribe, like, smash that follow button.
What are you guys talking about in here?
Find out next episode of
Working Class Nerds.